Yeah, this is my natural hair. Get used to it. Because I just started taking German lessons, so for 3 hours every morning, instead of curling my hair, I will be sprechening the Deutsch. I'll be sprechening it. So I should probably introduce myself, ja. Hallo, ich bin Yes Renault, and heute we are gonna talk about learning other languages. Because that is something that I have done quite a bit, actually. So I just wanted to I got this mug because every YouTuber grabs a mug when they want to have a casual conversation. So I'm like, hey, you've been alerted. Get ready for the cash combo. So to start out this cash combo, I should probably let you guys know that I've learned German is my 4th language now that I've ever learned. 5th if you include that one time I learned katakana in Japanese just so that I could read McDonald when I went to Japan. But no, before German, I obviously had English. Then I had 3 years of Spanish in high school. I had 4 years of French all throughout college. And now I'm taking a complete turn from Romance languages and going back to my Germanic roots. The mother tongue of my mother tongue. I don't even know if that's true. It was just fun to say. So, moving on. The funny thing about learning so many foreign languages is that really the only language I still feel comfortable speaking is English. Actually, there's really nothing funny about that. I've wasted hours of my time learning languages that did not stick. I feel like that's a relatable statement. I feel like a lot of you out there can probably relate to that statement. It was funny, I found a USB the other day of all the Spanish I had ever done in high school, and I started to read one of my past essays. And I was like, wait a second, I can't actually read this. I have no idea what this actually says. There was a point in time when I could write entire paragraphs of text and understand everything I was writing. And now when I try and look back at my Spanish, nada. Nothing is there. Which, one, makes me really nervous that I'm learning all these foreign languages and I'm just gonna forget them later. But 2, also has me questioning, if I ever started using another language, say from this point where I'm 23 to the point where I'm 46, so 23 years of my life, I start speaking another language, would I ever forget English? Heck, sometimes I just forget English in normal conversation, so I'm guessing the answer is yes. But okay, but I know forgetting your mother tongue is a little extreme, so I won't go that far. But I think it is a worry that a lot of people have where when you've already learned a second language, that when you learn another one, you're worried you might forget that second one. And that's kind of exactly what happened to me, so I won't even try and calm that worry, right? Because for me, when I learned French, it was adios el español, bienvenue le français. And now I'm totally worried that German is just gonna come in and be willkommen, and push French totally out of the picture. Is that an irrational fear? I don't think so. It happened to me once before. When you do not use a language, you lose the language. Use it or lose it, essentially. Honestly, it's that way with everything though. You don't practice math, you're gonna forget math. You don't practice reading Shakespeare, you're gonna forget exactly what Hamlet said. To be or not to be, but what comes next? Does it look like I remember? I did at one point. So really any skill will be lost if you don't practice it. The difference is that when you learn something in your own language, you at least remember little tidbits that you can throw into dinner party conversations. But when you're learning other languages and you throw the other languages into party conversations, everybody just thinks you're a prick. You know, oh, okay, worldly, you've traveled, okay, we get it. But I want to give you guys the good side of learning languages because I wouldn't do it so much if I didn't feel like it was relevant and worth it. I probably shouldn't have waited till like 5 minutes in to discuss the good. But here we go. We're in deep, so let's go Tifa. Hold on, pause break. I feel like every time I drink my water, it's like that Snickers commercial that's like, think it over with a Snickers. Cause like, essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking time for my mind to think through what it wants to say before I talk to you. Okay, Snicker break done. Next point. So the good parts about learning a language and why I would always promote learning more. First of all, if you're not learning another language, think about all the potential love interests you're missing out on. No, hold on, I'm serious about this. You are missing out on an entire world of people when you only know one language. You're essentially saying, if I'm ever gonna communicate with this person who doesn't speak the same language as me, we're gonna need a third party in here to do the translating. You miss a lot of the nuances, you miss a lot of somebody speaking their mind to you directly without anything getting lost in the middle. That's one thing I've realized trying to live in a country, is that you'll never truly understand the culture of that country unless you know the language. For some of you, that might not even be a worry. You like, don't care about the culture, you're like, I'm not even trying to get out of Minnesota, like, let alone America, you know? Why do I need this? Fair point. Let me think it over with a Snickers. And I'm snickering. This, good jokes, all levels. Fair point. Maybe you don't want to get out of your culture. Maybe you're completely fine in the bubble that is your life, comfort suits you. Awesome. That doesn't mean that there won't be people coming to you. And in some jobs, it behooves you to know another language. And in some jobs, it not only behooves you, but it pays you to know another language. You learning another language all of a sudden makes you this like super specific niche that makes you super valuable to a company that needs that precise skill. And frankly, it just makes you more employable. Okay, wow, one more second, because I just realized one more thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys. It's something that I love and kind of also hate, is the fact that when you're learning a new language, you're constantly in a state of confusion, right? About like 50 to 60% of the time, you don't know what's being said. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if you're right, you're wrong, you're left, you're on the roof. You have no idea. Learning a language is a hard thing to do for people with a lot of pride, because essentially when you start a new language, you're like baby level, except like you're worse than baby level, because at least babies do what they're supposed to. You know, like you as a full-grown human, you're expected to produce sounds. And so when you enter somebody else's country and they're speaking at you and you're like, blah, 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 they look at you like you're a fool, you know, like on a day-to-day basis. I feel like learning another language is this constant lesson in humility. It is so painful, but like, yo, builds character. All right, I'm going to leave you now with all these Wörter. If you guys have another language that you're thinking of learning or you've already learned, leave them in the comments down below. Oh, that's it. I'm yes or no. If you want, you can support me on Patreon, you can stalk me on Instagram, or you can just give me a good farewell, because I'll catch you on the flip side, home skillet. Peace.